It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you want to know what it is? Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
And a very warm welcome if you just joined me on my channel, Nigel's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. Monday 14th of August 2017 is the date on the video. Pictures are 10 minutes apart. Alaskan cams yet again. And I need to show you something because some things just don't make any sense and they need to be shown. This is part of the Sun Simulator. I am going to call it the Sun Simulator, and I do think I have definitive proof at the end of the video, but it's for you to make your own minds up. Yet again, I'm just showing you what's there. Kalina East, I'm sure I haven't pronounced that correctly. Let's have a quick look. First of all, what we got to do is have a look around at this picture, and the sun is rising. The time is 6:22, and you can see it there, and it looks extremely bright. And as our sun comes through the sky, this is what I would expect to see, the reflection of our sun, and it's orange. And this is what I recorded earlier. Let's have a look. And as the sun sets, you can see it, it's orange. As it rises, it's orange. And as it comes up through the sky, it turns yellow, not white. I'm not asking you to believe, I'm just asking you to pay attention. Look round. Do you think things are right? Because I don't. Orange, yellow sun, people. Not a big white LED headlight in the sky. And as you can see, the sun comes up and yeah, it turns white. So it goes from orange to white, well, blue, and you can see that in the background. The camera starts to get a bit hazy with this, whatever it is. It looks like a greying. It's part of the lensing system, and we get to see that very, very shortly as it flashes up there. Boom, there you go. And that actually tells me it's part of the lensing system. You get that, what are called the kaleidoscope of light. At any rate, if you think our sun should be a big white LED torch in the sky, let me show you a bit of footage that I took earlier. And we can clearly see that this is no orange object like we had, well, orange sun that we had just 30-40 minutes before. This was taken at 7:10 and the other bit of footage was taken at 8:20. So yeah, look at that, it's just a big LED torch in the sky. And yes, we've got that black dot here, and I found something very, very interesting about this black dot by accident. We look at the bottom here and we've got this coloration of light. It looks like a rainbow effect, and we've seen this many times before. And yes, I've caught this before. I made a video about this called Watch the Fresnel Lens Spin, and if you look over here, we've got our lensing system in place. You can see the lens obfuscation there. It just turns it into a great big soup of light, like just very much like a kaleidoscope. And I believe that there is a lens in front of the Sun Simulator, and there's another lens that also spins, and this is what we get to see. This is Lake Warren, west northwest, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, 18th of the 12th 2016, and it's plain as day. Let's click the video button and watch it spin. And there you go, you can see it absolutely. Yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to do, disperse the light. Maybe there's an object there, very, very possible. Yeah, but it's doing what it's supposed to do, and we can see that it's moving in a clockwise direction as the sun and the Sun Simulator comes through the sky. The camera is faulty, and yeah, it's just self-evident, I think, personally. When we actually get to see this object stop spinning, we actually get a north, east, west and south sundog, and also we actually get to see the outline of this lensing system that is around our Sun Simulator as well, and that gets reflected on the clouds and on the chemtrails. Let's have a look at the sundogs, and there you go. These are what they call sundogs. You can see that the line runs around the outside and you get that rainbow effect. And this is from Davis Station. links in the description. As for everything else I'm going to say and use, sky's red in the background, there's our sun simulator, and yeah, this is when we get to see this here, especially when we got chemtrails. It sort of like reflects off the chemtrails, and you can see it going through the sky here. There you go. If you actually look at the lenses, and when we capture these, they always look the same lip round the outside, and you can see that it is very consistent. That isn't a planet, that's part of the lensing system, and you can see it here very much more clearly. And I've actually caught them at night, and you can see that just there. Exactly that. There you go, a lens. And if we actually zoom in just that little bit and bring that picture down so we can see it, you can see that lens just there. There's the moon, that isn't the sun by the way. Sun simulator, lens, and there's what I call in the sky. You can see it just there, it stands out. You know, it's been reflected on the inside of the chemtrails, not the outside, so it remains a constant size, and this actually changes as it goes through the sky, which is our sun simulator, and the sun is behind it. And the idea of the sun simulator, by the way, is if something comes between the earth and the sun, it will cause a shadow across the earth, and that is exactly what the sun simulator is there to do, is brighten the skies up or make it really hard for you to see through it unless you've got a camera, because it turns it into a big LED torch. I've said this many times. Jeff P has actually caught this many times on camera. You need to go over and subscribe. I'm sure most of you do, and most of you know about Jeff P. Classic photo, lensing system at its best, and you can see the focal point just there. So this is what makes me believe that this is a projected image onto a lens, which is just here. What is going on there? Really, come on. It just looks like the sea or the water is meeting. Yeah, there's something going on there. How low is this lens? You know, is it floating through Alaska? Or is it up there in the sky? How big this lens is, I'm not really too sure. But what I can see is I'm looking at a 2D picture. And yeah, it is a 2D picture to all intents and purposes, but it has no depth. It just looks strange. It looks like it's going the wrong way in the sky. Right, let's also pay attention to the time, because the time now is 9:42. The sun started to rise at 6:22. Okay, so it's been up in the sky for quite some time, and if you notice how dark the skies are, so is something being eclipsed, and that's why they got the sun simulator out? I'm sure it is. If you look, and I've been harping on about this for ages and ages, the sun looks like a big LED torch in the sky, and that for me just really proves it, because if this was up in the air, all this would be extremely bright. And if you remember, when the first picture I showed you, it was extremely bright. Yeah, this is extremely dark. So this is the lensing system, and it looks like it's being projected onto a lens, the sun simulator, and hey presto, there's the back of the sun simulator. You can see it just there, and it looks like it's being projected down like a torch. Yeah, I would expect everything to be lit. If we look at the bottom of this lens, yeah, the sun doesn't look like this all jaggedy, it's round, and as we go through you can see that it starts to change at the bottom. Yeah, and if we stop it just there, you can see this is more pronounced there, and you can see all the way round. There you go. And by the way, I have not used any filters, colours or anything on this in any way, shape or form. This is exactly the way it come off the camera, believe it or not. The sky is intensely red, and yeah, it's just starting to brighten up over here. You can see it's not what I would call really bright. In fact, it was brighter earlier. And as you can see just there's an object that appears, and it reminds me of something else. We can get into that into a different video. This isn't what this video is about. So what this video is all about is the sun simulator and the projection of the sun simulator, and I do believe it's being projected. I wanted to have a look at this photo a little bit closer. Many people have told us about this black object in the middle of the sun, and it's shutting down on the CMOS sensor, protecting the camera abnormality, whatever you like. And I wanted to bring out this here, and while I was doing that I was going through different filters, and I found a filter called Black and White 5, and quite strangely this is what I found. Like I say, I tried many different filters, and this is what I found when I put this black and white filter on. I did have some similar results with different filters, but this one is outstanding, and I've got to show you this footage. And straight away something happens. This is, I don't know how to explain this. We've got this black line around the outside, and it's consistent in every bit of footage I'm just about to show you. And I've actually checked other footage that I've got, and it comes back exactly the same. And this to me proves that this is artificial. If it was a camera abnormality, we wouldn't get consistency all the way through. That was hard for me to say, wasn't it? And there you can clearly see it going through the sky, the sun simulator, and there's the lensing system. And that sticks out just like a sore thumb. A kaleidoscope of light coming off and obscuring everything that's behind it and around it. Let's very quickly look at the facts. We've got a colour picture that looks like this. We've got the black object in the centre of the sun simulator. We've got the reflection on the water. Let's have a look at the next picture. We apply the filter, and hey presto, we get this black object in the centre, which is no longer black. It's got black ring round it, and that leads me to believe it is an object. It is a foreign object. It is an LED bank of lights, and I've got proof of that because I made a video called LED Sun Simulator, Is That Possible? And you can see the LED banks of lights just here. We've decreased the brightness and contrast, and it just stands out. As I was corrected by one of my subscribers, they're not LED banks, they're LED cobs, but it comes down to the same thing, I think. And I've got to say a big shout out to the Zion Warrior. I hope everything's okay with you, brother. I've got to say, one of the best bit of footage that I've ever seen in my life, and you can see it here. This is the LED Sun Simulator spinning, or is it a Fresnel lens in front that's spinning, that making, whichever way it is, it's not right and it shouldn't be on camera. But LED Sun Simulator, I think that is proof enough, don't you? The bit of footage we're just about to have a look at is from Eek Northwest, as you can see, Tuesday 1st of July 2017. Let's roll the video and have a look. I'll start off with colour, and then what I do, I'm going to pause it there. I throw in this filter, the black and white filter, and hey presto, yet again consistently black line around the outside of our sun simulator. There's the LED banks, and we got the reflection with the black line around the outside as it goes through the water. And there you go, there's the colour version. All I've got to say is that's right. Here's the other bit of footage that we're going to have a look at. Mayors Chuck Northwest, Tuesday 4th of July 2017. Let's click, and you can see the obfuscation of light that we always seem to get. The prism effect, and we got the white milky whatever it might be around the outside yet again. Let's zoom in and just have a look, and there you can see it is just there. Black line around the outside. Why would there be a black line? It is a black and white filter. This is what I'm trying to impress on everybody. That is not right in any way, shape or form. And as the sun simulator comes down, oh look what we get there. You've got to ask yourself very, very carefully, and you can see the lensing system around the outside very, very clearly in this. That's normal in everybody's book. That's for sure. And you can see it just as it disappears into the distance. And I've got to show this sunset because I think it's quite immense, and yeah, it looks like a big explosion in the sky. I suppose in conclusion what I'm trying to really say is, why do they need a sun simulator? Why do they need to smudge the sun out? Yeah, there's nothing there. Of course there's not. Just look at the skies. Really? Come on. And they're right because what? If you don't get it by now, you never will. Is there a sun simulator? Oh yeah. Are there lensing systems? Oh yeah. Is there a big red object in the sky? Oh yeah. That's for sure. Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. But yet, it's for you to decide. I'm just showing you that it shouldn't be in the sky.